Hello my wee friends on YouTube, it's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and as promised this is the last of my knife collection, and this is what I call my fancy ones. I'm sure I've missed a few because I've found ones about the house, but this is my fancy ones. This is what I call my fancies. So I'll not hang about because I don't want this to go on forever, but I'll just run through them with you. Now the first ones we're going to go through are this one is a Tucson from that famous Tucson designer Night Morning, the man who never sleeps because he's always designing new knives. He just comes out with them every single week. And this is the TS17. I love the blade shape on this. Absolutely stunning. Now I'm going to be honest with you, most of these are gifts. But I'm not going to run through everybody's name. I've done it individually on a thing. They know who they are, and they know that my channel couldn't run without the gifts that I've been given, and I am eternally grateful. And I would have to say that every single time. And it's not that it's not worth saying, but you see, I'm going on already, aren't I? So we'll just leave it, and I'll go through the knives today. If you go back and see any knife, I'll mention who it was from. Now, beautiful knife shape. This was lovely. This was completely alien to anything I'd ever had. And it's on bearings, and it's just the most beautiful knife. The second one is a Tucson, and this is this is an earlier one. I think this is beautiful. Look at that handle. That is just, it's sculptured. This is like a piece of art. It's like a piece of art that can do a day's work because it's D2. It's got a razor's edge on it. And again, you know, absolutely beautiful action in that knife. They were sort of probably two of the really high class ones I got at the beginning. And I say high class because they were when I first got them. They were just amazing knives. They were, you know, 50, 60 pound each. I'd only had Ganzos before that. So if you can imagine, I was on such a high when I was getting these knives given to me. Just amazing. This next one, and I know this is maybe not an expensive knife, but it's what I would call one of my classy, this is the Kershaw Induction, and I just loved the feel of this. This is one of the most comfortable knives to hold in your hand. It really is beautiful, and it's got a different lock on it. It's got the hawk lock on it. It's got a flipper, and then the hawk lock just lets you put it away. Absolutely beautiful knife. Highly recommend it because it's not, again, it's not that expensive. Kershaw, lovely knife. And this is another super knife. This, I reckon anybody who's a knife person, when they hear that, they know what's about. It's a liner lock. It's assisted. Listen to that thwack. That just is beautiful. I love this knife. The Kershaw Blur. And this is the one in the 14C28N blade steel, Sandvik blade steel. Absolutely stunning. Great worker. And with that sort of recurved belly, it'll cut through anything. Beautiful, beautiful knife. It's not a thick blade stock, so it can do a day's work and make it easy to go through cutting. Now, and this is another one, although I probably showed this before, but it's one of my fancy knives. It's the R2D2 in D2. I just think it is a stunning little knife. I've never had a knife at this value that, look at that shooting out. That just takes no effort whatsoever. And you know, this is on washers, not your fancy stuff. It's just, look at that. It just flicks out wonderfully. Love this wee knife. Absolutely love it. Usually a secondary carry for me, but can do a full day's work depending on what it is. This is another one. This is one I bought myself. And this is the Cutjack. And this is the 3-inch version. And my friend over at Loveland Knives, I bought it from him and he sent it over from America. And it was cheaper doing that for me to buy it here. So there it is. It's a beautiful knife. Love it. Real good, comfortable, sneak up choil working knife. Love it. And then this is another one. This is the one that my kids and my wife put together last Christmas and got me the bug out. Or I got it in January anyway, once I've got the money all up and gathered. Absolutely love it. The spring went on it. Benchmade were amazing and sent it out. The week this went, my other Benchmade knife, which I'll talk about later, it had a disaster too, but all is well. This came back into action again this week, and I'd forgotten just how much I love this in my tracky bottoms. Like today I have tracky bottoms on. You don't feel this. It's 1.87 ounces or something. It's just nothing. It's just lovely. And you've got the blade stock on this is the S30V, and it's a good lump of S30V. Now, it's not thick, so it's a great slicer. It's a high hollow ground, a flat ground, sorry. I'm saying a hollow ground. It's a flat ground. Beautiful knife and can do so much work. It looks very fragile and small, but it's not. This is another one. This is one of the first knives I got, and this is the sort of the price range I was hoping to go down, but it wasn't. My wife had bought me this for Christmas just before I started my channel, and all I'd had up until then was Ganzos and San Remus. So this was a real welcome to my... I thought I'd hit the heights when I got this one. And it's just a real useful knife. It's just overpriced now, you know. The likes of this is half the price and better blade steel and as much grip. To me, I'd rather have it. There's a sneak up choiliness there isn't on this. So I think this one, I think Spyderco really need to do something. I know they are now, they're bringing out runs, but I think they need to up the base model. But still a lovely knife and a great knife for comparison. You know, it's a well-used knife. Now, let's go on to some of my real fancy-tancies. This was the first knife I had with S35VN on it. This is the Kaiser Sliver. Isn't that just stunning? This is what I call the sunburst. It is absolutely stunning. It's so lightweight, the aluminium scales, but a lovely long S35VN blade. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, this doesn't get used a lot. It's not a safe queen. It will get used, and I'll take it out and use it, but not that often, to be honest with you. It's a real nice piece that was a lovely, generous gift. And this next one, much the same as my other Kaiser. This is my posh booty. This is the Kaiser Shoal in M390. This is my first blade with M390. It's a little small EDC. It's small. It fits. I can get my whole hand on it. I can even sneak up if I want to. But this just lovely. Again, the blade shape is lovely. There's a slight recurve down here, which is meant to be there, but it just looks absolutely beautiful. And sharp as get out. Lovely, lovely knife. Now, I've only got one Kaiser pouch, so they both go in it. So, that's that. Now, this is one of my newer ones now that I'd got from GearBest. And yeah, this was probably not, I don't think it's that dear. I think it's about $80 or something. But that's dear to me. And that's beautiful. This is the HX Outdoors ZD005. It's full carbon fibre, not laminate, carbon fibre, VG10 blade and titanium back with a lovely sculpted clip on the back of it. This is such a light knife as well. I think it's just over 2 ounces. It is stunning. I love it. Really nice knife. But it's one of the couple of knives that I'm going to be willing to trade. As you know, I want to go into the more traditional versions. So I'm looking at slip joints. And if anybody likes this sort of knife and have the, you know, the wee Spyderco, the wee tiny Spyderco one, this is roughly about the same price as that. But you know the wee tiny, I can't even think of the blooming name now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If you have that, you know, and you fancy a swap to this fancy wee beast here, really, really nice knife now, I'll have to say. Just contact me, DM me on either Instagram, or Instagram's probably the best place to get me, to be honest with you. So, that comes in a lovely pouch, nice wee knife. And this is my newest acquisition, and I haven't even done, I'm just about to do the review on this at this weekend. And this is a beauty. Look at the size of that. This is a lovely big lump of knife. This is the HX Outdoors, which are, there's something, and I'll go into it later, between Reich and them. This is similar to a Reich knife, but they have full permission from Reich to do this design, so there's no problem there. And they call this the mini folding knife. It's about 22 centimeters, about 8.5 inches long. So it's not small, but this is it's a, what do you call it? One of those specialist runs. This is number 49 of 130. And this has silicon carbon blade steel, or this, not blade steel, handle scales. And it's the oddest, but yet one of the most grippy. You have your titaniums, and they feel lovely, and they really do. Kaiser do it lovely. Even the smooth ones, there's grip. This has the most beautiful grip on it. It's an odd sort of a feeling, but beautiful grip. Once you get that in your hand, you are absolutely solid. And it's big enough you can get the full hand down here. And I mean, there's still stuff out the end. There's also a huge sneak up choil, if you can see that. Absolutely beautiful. But the big part about this is that it's M390. So this is just a real big lump of M390. Look at that blade steel. This isn't a wee slim knife. So the review for this will be up this weekend. And then I'm looking at trade for this. And I'm leaving it open because, I'm not sure. This is about $180. So I love Benchmades, and I love GEC knives, or more importantly, the Northwood knives, the slip joints, and medium-sized Northwood knives in a slip joint. I don't care if it's used or not. I don't want something this is brand new. It'll have only cut paper. But I'd love blue denim or blue bone if it's a Northwoods knife or a GEC. So if anybody's got knives, you put them in the thing and we can have a chat. If you just leave it down below this video, if you're interested at all, put it down. Or if you've got something else like a Benchmade you want to swap for it, there's no problem. But M390, absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice knife. So we're nearly there, folks. There's one more knife to go. And that one more knife was my Grail knife. And that Grail knife I was so thankful to get. And this is it, the Benchmade 940. This is the jewel in my crown. I just love it. I love everything about it. And both springs went in this the day after my bug out one spring went. And Benchmade sent me enough springs that I could redo this as well. And the day before yesterday, I got the springs back in it again, which is a lovely job, I'll have to say. And it feels like a completely brand new knife again. It really is just drop shot. Absolutely beautiful. So, the Grail knife and my fancies. My fancy girls, and I love my collection. I can often be seen with these all out about around me in the chair. Or I just go in, I keep everything now in a mechanic's toolbox. And I'm just constantly, when I'm in the house, I'm constantly changing my carry knife because I just love them. I love all of them, but the fancy ones really have a special place because I never thought I'd get them. And it's only through generosity of this community that I've got them. And through nothing else. I come on here and I just give a nutty old waffle and talk about them. But the community behind me has just been awesome. Awesome. There's an American word. Awesome they've been. They really have helped me through. When I haven't had any money at all, they've sent knives for me to review. And I'm enjoying the fact now that I'm able to do that to other people, and that is a real joy. A real joy. So that's the end of my knife collection. We'll maybe do another one in a couple of years' time or a year's time. We'll see how much it's changes. But if I don't get another knife, there's enough here to keep me going, and the pleasure of knife collecting is still, I can still get as much pleasure from a $10 bargain as I do, a $150 knife. So it's thanks to all of you, and thanks to my channel, and thanks to GearBest now, and with another couple of channels that are going to come in, not channels, another couple of contributors that are going to come into the fold soon, but I'll let you know as soon as that's ready to be told. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm away now. I've got a wee cup of tea, but I have to do a video on this now, so I'll drink my tea and do a video on this. So, top of the morning, you all. Take care. Thank you ever so much. It's been a roller coaster ride to get to this stage. 4 videos on my knives, isn't that just out of this world? There you go. Take care. All the best. Bye.